Hello, morning everybody. So I'm here today to talk about AI, and you'll walk around and you'll see a lot of things that are titled AI. And so I really just want to cut the crap about what AI actually is, because I don't think it's what everybody thinks it is, and certainly what it's being sold as this sort of future promise. Most conversations that I have with people about AI usually revolve around two main themes, and one is the robots are coming, we're all going to die, and it's going to take all of our jobs. And the other is there's this mystical oracle that no one can see, touch or feel, and it's going to solve everybody's problems. And I think that both of those things are actually just total crap, and they're really creating quite a lot of noise. And in hospitality, it's not useful. So what I really want to focus on today is how we can use AI, what it is, and how we can apply it directly within hospitality to ultimately give your businesses the edge. So just a slight bit about me. So my name is Patrick, and I'm the founder of Stampede. 10 years ago, I decided to quit my job and start building these suite of tools, ultimately because I was really frustrated about the quality of tools when I would go out. So whenever I was going out to a bar, restaurant, hotel, I'd kind of be like, why is all of this stuff stuck in the dark ages? And I thought there must be a better way. So I started working on a solution to that problem. I'm not here today to sell you some weird fantasy. I'm hopefully here to demystify what the hell AI is and how you can use it to make better daily decisions. So to set the scene, I'm going to talk a little bit more about me, but that's only going to go on for a minute and a half, I promise. And I just want to tell you why I'm so obsessed with this topic specifically. So I really believe that hospitality teams and teams generally, we don't need more technology, we don't need more tools, we need more connections. We need more connections with our customers, we need tools that are more hyper-connected. And when you have all of these things working together, so if you've got a Wi-Fi system, a booking system, a review system, a loyalty system, a payment system, a CRM system, you can finally start to see what's happening in your business. So you can start to get a gauge of what your guest journey actually looks like, and the data that you're collecting actually becomes really useful. So just keep that in mind, because the rest of this talk is actually all going to be about patterns and why I think that AI is really just a phenomenal pattern matcher and what that should mean for your business. So just cutting through the hype of AI, and hype's something that I know a little bit about. So you'll see us all walking around today in these suspenders. So we're trying to create some hype, so hopefully we can get recognized in this sea full of people. But I think calling AI intelligent is actually really, really misleading, because it isn't conscious, it doesn't understand like a human being. It's statistics, it's probable outcomes, it's pattern recognition that's happening at scale. And that isn't bad news, that's actually really, really good news, because prediction is exactly what hospitality needs to know who's likely to book, who's dropping off, when will demand spike, when should you be holding back? So if that's not magic, what does the real world look like without the crap of hype that we live in? So let's just ground ourselves in the day-to-day realities of running a business. So in the ordinary world of hospitality, it's full of these really rich, beautiful patterns, and we can all kind of feel them. So we know that visit clusters, they all kind of happen around a similar location at a similar time. You can get a feeling for that. Even outside here today, you'll get a sense that it's busy because there's an event on. Booking volumes, they follow seasonal curves, so it shouldn't be any surprise that towards Christmas time you're getting a lot more big inquiries. You can kind of feel it. Wi-Fi and payments, they actually tell a really key story about what's happening with guest behavior in your business. Things like menu items, they spike at certain day parts. So all of these things you instinctively know, and these patterns are what run hospitality actually. And that's not to say that your instinct isn't valuable, because it really, really is. You'll see me doing this expression quite a lot, because I think that hospitality is actually a feeling, it's a flow, and actually doing this is how I'm kind of going to symbolize that today. And so I think don't throw away your instinct. Just know that there is a way of scaling this that is really, really consistent, that allows you to deliver this across, 1 to 100 stores without losing the essence of hospitality. So wouldn't it be really great if you had a tool that could surface all of these patterns every day for every venue really reliably? And that's really where I think that AI earns its keep. And so I want to show you what that will look like in action. You'll notice that the words that are coming out of my mouth don't match what's on these slides. So while I'm talking, just have a quick look at what's going on the slides here, and I'll do my best to ramble around them. So this is what happens when you let the system do all the heavy lifting. So teams can start to describe their audience in plain English. So like, show me guests who order breakfast regularly, show me first-time visitors from last month. In seconds, this segment can be built and campaigns can be drafted. That's hours of human work that's just been reduced down to minutes. And the win here isn't just speed, it's consistency. Staff are spending less time basically using a whole load of disparate tools, and they're spending more time delivering true hospitality, the thing that the guests actually notice. Now you might be thinking, okay, that sounds clever, but how should that change my day to day? And so let's just zoom into the practical shifts that this will enable. So the same principle, but there's some different touch points here. So if the system is connected to all of these things, it can start to spot guests with birthdays that are coming up this week. And it could actually automatically suggest a promotion to send out to those people. It could cue you to politely respond to fresh reviews while the guests still care about your business. It keeps these workflows really tight and simple so that your team can focus on what actually matters. And I think this is the bridge from like, nice idea, cool story, bro, to we need to be using this every single shift. And once teams start using this and trusting the prediction, something really, really magical happens. So we move from guesswork and intuition to precision. So we stop hoping to be busy, and we know when our peak times are, and we can staff accordingly. We stop blanketing customers with loads of random discounts, and we target guests whose behaviour suggests that they will return. We stop this one-size-fits-all messaging, and we send messages when the person is most likely to respond. And precision, as far as I'm concerned, is actually really, really addictive, because once you've felt it, there is just no going back at all. So how does the system get this smart across so many different parts of a business? Well, that part's actually really simple, because all it actually needs to do is match patterns. Like, AI does not care whether your input is a menu, whether it's an email, whether it's a booking flow, whether it's a staffing rota. It just matches your patterns to the outcomes that you want to see. It recognizes guest personas that tend to no-show. It sees dishes or drinks that correlate with poor reviews. It learns which menu items upsell best and to who. There's no ego, there's no fatigue, it's just pattern matching at speed and at scale. And when you have that, your culture actually can start to shift. So you stop saying things like, we wish we knew it was going to be that busy. And you start saying things like, there are 3 big events this weekend and we are ready. You stop lamenting, we're not getting any big group inquiries anymore, and you start repeating. That promotion worked, let's do it again, but this time smarter. That's the shift. You go from being really reactive to proactive. And here's the really good part about it. You don't need moonshots to win. Like, small, steady gains really, really compound. So if you just think all we need to do is be 0.1% better than we were yesterday, it's not about ripping out loads of things and kind of turning up all the tables. It's actually about small incremental gains. Hospitality runs on really, really tight margins. You actually don't need perfection, you just need this to be useful. You need to be able to predict things like your supplier costs, whether they're up or down, your quiet or busy spells, and your staff cover needs. You need to be able to prepare, so you need to be able to quickly update your rota, you need to be able to plan marketing, and you need to get your team ready, and you need to be able to prevent. You need to be able to prevent things like supplier shortages, food waste, and missed opportunities. Those small improvements every day, every shift, add up fast. So, In my opinion, I don't think you need a robot waiter or a sentient concierge. You need a system that's really tuned to your data, trained on your customers, and can spot what matters before you can. That's all AI is. It's a great pattern matcher, and in hospitality, I think that's your edge. So that's my entire talk. So thanks for giving me your 10 minutes. We're at stand 112. You'll see us all walking around in pink. We've got demos of this lined up, and we've got a whole suite of seasoned professionals that would be delighted to see you all. So come by our stand and check out what I've just talked about, and hopefully it'll make more sense. Thanks very much.